So you probably have been wondering this for a while. You've probably been wondering, is Zach the Celtics Guy far left? I've gone from very, very far left to somewhere in the center, but in the past year, I've definitely shifted further left. And yeah, I have to say, yes, I am far left. After thinking about it for quite some time, I think I have come to the realization and I have accepted the fact that I am far left, and I shall remain that way until the beginning of time. I will always retain an open mind, but yes, I hereby declare myself the radical left. So this is going to be a little bit of a more interesting global report with Zach, whereas I'm just going to be talking about a whole bunch of different things. So yes, as I've said in the beginning of this, yeah, I declare myself to be far left and whatnot. So the term far left has such a bad name to it, right? I mean, it has a bad reputation to it. Why? Because you see all the woke scolds, you see all the people that get offended by every little goddamn thing. You see the pro-censorship left, which is like the Young Turks, Sam Cedar, the Humanist Report, and other douchebags like that, right? You see that. You see those types of people, right? Well, I don't even consider them to be on my camp. Because let's also not forget that they're pro-war and they believe in sending money to fucking Nazis in Ukraine. So why would I even consider them to be left? Because I'm to the left of them, just like Jimmy Dore is and just like the Gray Zone is and others. I find it comical that these fuckers even call themselves left. So the reason that I say that I'm far left and whatnot is because I've had to do some thinking. I mean, yeah, I've kind of gone up and down on the left-wing scale and whatnot. But as a socialist and as someone who holds more radical left-wing views than the modern left, because let's be honest, the modern left is shilling for war in Ukraine and is shilling for censorship of their political opponents now. So therefore, I have gone further left. And obviously, the Democrats are not left, obviously. I am to the left of them, and they are to the right of me. Liberals are to the right of me. So, being that, meaning I hold some more radical left-wing views, but I still hold a open mind. That's the difference with me. Is that people that are further left than the modern left like me, and Jimmy Dore, and the Gray Zone, Mint Press News, Jeffrey Sachs, Richard Medhurst, and Vanessa Beeley, Eva Bartlett, Danny Haiphong, Chris Hedges, Lee Camp, on the list of all the people, Richard Wolff, all the people that you could go down the list of and say, these people are further left, just like me. I hold virtually identical views to all of them, and I am a massive fan of all of them. But we believe in free speech and freedom of thought, whereas the modern left, that is to the right of us, are the ones that are calling for censorship of their political opponents and are shilling for World War III with Russia and are shilling for the U.S. war machine in Syria, Iran, North Korea, and plenty of other places. So I take that position. I take the far left position because I hold some positions that, might be more radical in nature. And I'm okay with that. And I think it's time that I embrace that and just come to the realization of who I am. I mean, everyone knows that. It's not, I mean, basically, if I say that I'm far left, who is going to be surprised by that? If you have been paying attention to me for over the past few years now, would you really be that surprised? Like, would you really be that surprised? I don't know. I don't think so. And like many of my fans say that, if that's what you are, then I mean, look at you having an open mind and whatnot, because most people on the far left do not. Yeah, well, my radical left-wing views that meaning that I believe in a Marxian economy. I want to seize the means of production, redistribute the wealth. I want to have a universal healthcare system. I want to gut the private market out of everything. Nothing in society should be for the profit motive. We should tax the rich and all that type of stuff, all that good stuff. I believe in clean energy, solar panel energy, all that type of stuff. I have every radical left-wing view that is in the book. I hold all of those views. And all of the countries that I support, China, Syria, Iran, Venezuela, Cuba, I support the CCP in China. I support the Communist Party in Cuba, the Bolivarians in Venezuela, the Sandinistas in Nicaragua, the revolutionaries in Iran. I support the Ba'athist movement in Syria with President Bashar al-Assad. I support the DPRK. I support the socialist government in Vietnam. I support the socialist government. I support every socialist and Marxist government in the world because that's just me. That's what I believe in, and that's what I believed in for a very long time. And yes, I've gone up and down that scale, but I think it is safe to say that I am there, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that because none of my views, as you know, they might be out there to a lot of people. They might be out there to a lot of people. But here's the thing. I still hold a open mind because I want to bring the left and the right together to fight against the establishment. That's my number one key. I still listen to many libertarian creators, whatever you want to call them, libertarian creators, that we may not agree on everything like economics and whatnot, but we do see eye to eye on many things. Joe Biden sucks. The Young Turks suck. Sam Cedar sucks. Emma Vigeland sucks. We all know Tim Pool's interview with Emma Vigeland of the Majority Report with sham shitter. We all know. So, I mean, we all know about that. I mean, I think we pretty much all know about that at this point. So I believe I support Tim Pool. I watch him. I like him a lot. Same thing with Actual Justice Warrior, and same for a lot of others. Even though I don't agree with them on other policies, it's not about agreeing with them 100% of the time. That's just not the way the world works. Because I'm retaining my views while having an open mind. You know who some of my ideologues are? In all honesty, it is like, you want to know who some of them are? I'll show you. Someone who theorizes, someone that I support, someone I support. Big fan of Fidel Castro, big fan of Che Guevara. May they rest in peace. May every Revolutionary War hero who has fought against the U.S. Empire, may they rest in peace. That's what I say. And may they rest in peace. I'm also in support of Palestinians. Let Palestine be free. That's also what I say. Biden giving cluster bombs to fucking Ukraine, absolutely ridiculous and absolutely pathetic. And now, you know what we are seeing now? You know what we're seeing now in the world today? Do you know what we're seeing? You know what we're seeing now? Do you know the things that we're seeing now in the world today? Oh, I gotta pop up that window. You know the thing that we're seeing now? We're seeing the U.S. empire having its influence waning. That's what we're seeing right here. You want to see Exhibit A, African Insider, Ethiopia, and 6 other African countries apply to join BRICS bloc. BRICS is a economic alliance with Brazil, South Africa, China, and Russia, and I think there's a few other countries in it too. But there are many, many other countries that are now joining this alliance and saying fuck you to the U.S., and they're dumping the U.S. dollar. And they're joining hands.
Ethiopia, one of Africa's fastest growing economies, has asked to join the BRICS bloc of emerging markets, according to the Foreign Ministry from Ethiopia. The current BRICS countries account for more than 40% of the world's population and about 26% of the global economy. We expect BRICS will give us a positive response to the request we have made. That is a statement from the Foreign Ministry of Ethiopia. Ethiopia has the second largest population in Africa, but its economy ranks only 59th in the world according to the IMF, and is less than half the size of the economy of the smallest BRICS member, that is South Africa. Last year, Argentina...
Oh, India was the other country. But yeah, look at all these countries that are joining BRICS. BRICS is an economic alliance with Iran. What's that one there? Is that Algeria? Either that's Algeria or is that Pakistan? No, I mean, God damn it, I gotta remember my flags. It's either Algeria. Someone will have to fact check me in the comments. That's either Algeria or Pakistan. Because I know Pakistan has the crescent moon on its flag, right? Yeah, I think it's Pakistan. That would be Algeria. So no, this is a perfect example of you're seeing the U.S. empire is coming to an end. You are seeing the U.S. empire coming to an end. And I am very happy to see the U.S. empire ready to come to an end. Because the U.S. empire is not serving American interest. They're not serving Americans' interest, where we live in a capitalist economy where you could potentially go bankrupt if you, God forbid, have to go to the emergency room because of the lack of universal health care. Millions of children in this country are going to bed hungry. There's a homelessness crisis popping up from one end of the country to the other, and it's no longer a blue state problem. It's becoming a 50-state problem now. You are seeing income inequality at one of its worst. You're seeing stagnant wages that have not risen since the Richard Nixon administration. You're seeing tax cuts for the rich getting richer, paying little to no taxes whatsoever, while the rest of the population is barely getting by. Most of us are barely getting by. That's the reason why I have become a socialist. Because as someone who has lived in a capitalist country all his life and has seen what capitalism has done to the US and what it's doing to the world, look at the UK now, where the poverty rate is now upwards of 22%. The poverty rate in the UK is around 20%. That's a capitalist country. You're seeing this type of thing. And what are we seeing? We're seeing an example of a dying and decaying empire. That's what we're seeing. Capitalism is a dying and decaying system that corrodes every single country that it is infested with. Capitalism corrodes every country that it is entrenched from within. You know how all these fucking dumbass neocons and neoliberals say, oh, socialism, everywhere it's been tried, it has failed. It has been failed everywhere it's tried. Marxism and communism has failed everywhere it's been tried. Oh. So we see fucking stupid ass example like that, right? We see stupid ass talking points like that, right? Well, how is capitalism benefiting us? How is it benefiting us? So just remind me of that. How is it benefiting us? How are the Democrats any different? How is Biden different than Trump? If anything, the record number of medical bankruptcies, the record number rates of child poverty, Everything has gone up under Biden's economy, and nothing is good. Record high inflation, record high gas prices, record high cost of food and basic necessities. That's what we're seeing under Biden's capitalist economy. And when you are seeing other Republicans that are in the MAGA crowd that are speaking out against war, then you know it's all gone wrong. This little piece from Chris Hedges. Let's take an example of what Chris Hedges once said. Let's take an example of what the amazing Chris Hedges once said with regards to the money given in Ukraine. And this was in the very beginning. When Donald Trump, check this out. When Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene are the only people objecting to endless war, it's all gone wrong. And this article basically says almost every single thing I've been saying. All this right here, $40 billion. And you see all these issues. The infrastructure, crumbling roads, crumbling infrastructure, structurally deficient bridges, income inequality, student debt, children going hungry, people killing each other with military-style weapons that are being legalized, that are legalized under so-called constitutional carry, where basically people pick up military-style weapons and go gun down innocent people with men, and these people are ones that have mental illness. And then what are you seeing neocon Republicans doing? You're seeing them lifting any kind of gun safety, like permit tests and background tests and whatnot, to go and kill a bunch of innocent people. The legalization of AR-15s and military-style weapons in the U.S. is just another example of a dying and decaying society that is killing one another. No rational gun control. No help for the 100,000 Americans who die of drug overdoses. No minimum wage to counter 44 years of wage stagnation. Record high rent increases going up. A housing crisis in more than 40 states. You would need to earn about $40 an hour to keep up with the cost of rent on average in the U.S. today. And this isn't even just a blue state problem anymore. This is happening in states that used to be dirt cheap, like Florida. You're seeing a housing crisis in Wisconsin that used to be one of the cheapest states in the nation. Ohio, you're seeing an ever-growing housing crisis. You are seeing a housing crisis pop up in every single state now. But we don't have the money to fix these problems, but we have money to give for endless war and potentially World War III. This is the example. This is where it's heading. This is what it's doing. All we are concerned about as Americans, we're just wondering how we're going to pay rent at the end of the month, how we're going to put food on the table, how we're going to help our families, how we're going to help this, and all this and that. So, and it's not about this. Even if you try to work as hard as you can, you still can barely get by. There's only really one of the main reasons that I'm able to have some of the things that I have, and I don't ask for a great life. I don't ask for this great, well, okay, obviously I have a great life. I have a great partner, great friends, great family. My family will help. I have family that helps me out on the side. I do. But here's the thing, though. Yes, do I have a great life? Yes, of course I do. Of course. But I don't need a luxurious life. That's the thing. I have a roof over my head, which is what a lot of people don't have. And it's unfortunate. All the people. There are so many things that are so simple to solve. You could take all of the millions of vacant buildings in the U.S. and turn them into cheap apartments to help drive up the housing supply. We have such a housing shortage that is because, remember, this is basic economics. When the supply does not keep up with the demand, which we are in demand of over 200,000 houses, probably millions, who knows? If you don't keep up with the supply, the demand is going to ask for more, and that's just going to drive the prices up. But the housing shortage is intentional. It's to keep the prices up. That's part of the capitalist agenda. Housing crisis is to keep the prices up and the middle class down. That's what it does. It is an intentional humanitarian debacle that is used by corrupt, capitalistic, oligarchic real estaters that sit on these vacant houses so they can drive the costs up year after year after year after year. If you took all the vacant buildings we have on all this cheap land and they don't loot it and just use that for cheap apartments, cheap houses, make some condominiums, townhouses, you could do anything with that. You could take anything with that. You could do all of those things. So why is that? It's intentional. Loosen the zoning laws, build more houses. It's more than just about building more houses. You have to turn these buildings into cheap apartments, cheap houses or whatever on certain sectors of land near transit. And it goes above and beyond that. It goes above and beyond that. And you know what else I believe in? I believe in an even more radical position, okay? When you see gas prices that are still well above pre-pandemic levels, an average of $3.50 a fucking gallon. I've seen gas stations that have gas that's almost $4 a gallon. And my state, Massachusetts, that is blue as fuck, had some of the cheapest gas prices in America for a blue state, with an average of like $2.70, $2.80 a gallon before COVID, before, Biden stepped into the picture. Well, I wouldn't even say before COVID. I would say before Biden. Biden is to blame for the higher gas prices. It's all intentional. Biden deliberately blocked fuel and pipelines and offshore drilling. He's done all sorts of different corrupt things with the gas companies to help keep the gas costs up, and has brought the gas costs up. We need to take all of the gas. We need to have gas control, price controls. Yes, we need to have gas price control, just like we need rent control, and we need price control to cap the prices. So that way these corrupt oil companies and corrupt corporations stop jacking up the prices and have a cap on them and cap the prices. And at the same time, we do not need higher gas taxes to tackle the issue. Do we need a gas tax? Absolutely we do. Of course we need a gas tax. You can't just suspend it altogether. If Biden wanted to do that, he's an idiot for doing that, because doing that would deprive our deficient roads and bridges from getting the funds that it needs. I've covered this before. But increasing the gas tax with inflation, or just increasing it any more than it already is, especially now, would harm working class families. Gas prices, higher gas prices, hurts the middle class, because the middle class relies on their cars to get to and from work. The average person does. That would hurt the average person and would hurt them more. It might be a good intention because you think, oh, higher gas taxes are going to go towards better roads and infrastructure. No, that's actually wrong, because that would just, all that money is just going to go wasteful spending. It is only going to go into the oil companies' pockets. So, and that's the reason why you have stupid idiots like fucking Farron Cousins, who argues, oh, well, the gas tax is necessary and all that. Oh, the gas tax is a great thing and whatnot. Like, his gas tax holiday is a stupid idea. Meanwhile, I suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. I have a Trump derangement syndrome that's super bad. Excuse me, I need to take my Trump derangement syndrome medication. Excuse me. All gone. So no, that's just an example of it. Farron Cousins doesn't give a shit about the working class. None of these so-called progressives care about the working class. And if you think that they do, you're not paying attention. Farron Cousins is a complete fucking cuck who talks out of his ass thinking he knows what he's talking about, but he really doesn't. Meanwhile, look at how many videos he's making about Trump. Oh, and about Tim Pool now, of course. And I'm not even going to watch it because guess what he did? Do you know that Farron Cousins blocked me? Do you know that Farron Cousins actually blocked me? You want to see?
Would you?
I'll show you. Check this out. I'm going to type in Tim Pool rocks, right? You see this right here? You see this right here? That's my comment. So I'm going to take this away for just a second, right? Let's copy and paste. And let's go to an incognito window where let's go to an incognito window where I'm signed out. Hold on just a second. I have to go to the next tab. But look what happens.
Would you ever consider being a...
No, I would never consider watching your fucking show, and I'm embarrassed to say I was ever a fan of you. Anyway, see this? Watch. See? The comment doesn't show up. See that? As you can see, I've been blocked by this dumbass. And I've been blocked by, this is probably the third dumbass I've been blocked by. I was blocked by Anna Kasparian on Twitter. I've been blocked by Sam Cedars' channel as well. And now I've been blocked by the Ring of Fire. And guess what I did? You know what I did after that? I unsubscribed. Because while I will still tune in for Mike Papantonio's segments, Farron Cousins can honestly go fuck himself. So, Farron Cousins doesn't give a shit about the working class. He claims that he does, but he really doesn't. And there's really nothing else to say about a man by the name of Farrell Cousins. You had a good run, but your time, at least with me, is up. At least your time with me is up. Fuck you. So yes, those are some of the issues and all the stuff that's going on in the world today, right? So, you all should know this too. I'm a fan of Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin. I've read some things about Karl Marx. The reason why Karl Marx invented Marxism was because, well, Karl Marx knew just exactly what capitalism was going to do to the world today. Marxism posits that the struggle between social classes, specifically between the bourgeoisie or capitalists and the proletariat or workers, defines economic relations in a capitalist economy and will lead inevitably to a communist revolution. Well, I mean, hey, look at what we're seeing now. And this is what I believe in, guys. This is what I believed in for a very, very long time. This is something that I believed in for a long time, and I'm not afraid to admit it. That I am on the so-called far left. That's what I am. That's what I believe in. And I will forever be a leftist. I will forever be an anti-capitalist. I will forever be a socialist, and I will forever be on the radical left until my last breath, because I will fight against the establishment and the capitalist oligarchy, and I will fight against the fucking cancer that is capitalism until my last breath, just like I will fight against the US empire until my last breath. And the day that the American empire is finally no more will be a good day for all of us. It will be a good day for you, no matter what corner of the world you're watching me from, including my fans from Eritrea who have subscribed to me. And I also want to thank all of the great people that have subscribed to me on that video that I made about Eritrea's great president, Isaias Afwerki. And I want to thank all of the people of Eritrea who saw my video and subscribed to me. And it doesn't matter what part of the world that you are from, because you as well will be better off. You as well, you will also be better off when the US empire is no more. We all will be. Oh, looks like a lot of things have happened. Well, you see what I mean? Police clash with stone-throwing protesters as Eritrean tensions flare up in a central German town. You see what I mean? You see how these countries are treating? You see how these countries are treating minorities? You see Eritreans abroad, you see how they're being treated. You see the reason why the African Union is standing up to the fucking corrupt capitalist West? Because they're known for their racist pasts. The Europeans have colonized these people. The Italians colonized Eritrea and Ethiopia. The Portuguese colonizing Angola, Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, among others. Cape Verde. The French colonized, oh God, I can't even count how many countries in Africa. And then fucking Britain, can't even count. This is an example. This is an example right here of all of that. And I support the president of Eritrea, Isaias Afwerki. Eritrea rejoins East Africa bloc after exit 16 years ago. You see this right here? These are two great leaders right here. These are two great leaders right here. I used to suffer from Russian derangement syndrome. Well, now my views are now the complete opposite. I went from being very, very pro-Russia from like 2014 to like 2016. Then when Trump was in there, I had Trump derangement syndrome. I had bad Russian derangement syndrome. But then after a while, I saw the light. And in the beginning, I used to think that Russia was in the wrong over Ukraine. But now my views are the complete opposite. Everyone can change. Everyone can rehabilitate and wake up from the U.S. propaganda. And that is what I did. And that is why I have gone further left in the past year. And I am okay to say that I am a far leftist. And I hold all of the views that I feel, and every single thing that I believe in, everything that I say on this channel and on these streams and elsewhere is exactly what I believe in. I don't say it just for the sake of saying it. I say it because I believe in it. Because I believe in exactly what I'm saying. That this is how I feel in my brain and also in my heart. This is how I feel. And if you got a problem with it, if you're one of those pro-Ukrainian assholes, fuck you. I know who you are, you pathetic fucking scum with your fucking Ukraine flag. You can take it, stick it up your fucking ass. You can wipe your ass with it, and you can stick it on your fucking face. And you can go fucking huff the fumes of your ass that you wipe the Ukrainian flag with. And if you're one of those neocons or neoliberals that are fucking anti-socialist and you get offended by it, then this is not the channel for you. And fuck you. But if you're one of my homies, or if you are someone that has an open mind and you are willing to either agree or disagree, but still watch this channel and still respect me, then you are welcome with open arms. Whether you are a Trump guy, whether you are a Trump woman, whether you are a MAGA person or a Trump MAGA person, whether you are a libertarian, whether you are a socialist or a far leftist like me, if you're a Marxian guy like me, then welcome aboard, obviously. If you're just in the center, like the majority of my fans are, if you're like center left, center right, whatever you are, if you're center left like my best friend Hollywolf 94 is, if you are center right like my homies Dark Reaper, Turles, and Lord of Edge is, and others, then you also are welcome here. But everyone else can get the fuck out of the way. And I will never shut up. I will never quiet my voice. And no one is going to discourage me from doing it. I am far left. I am okay with it. I am okay with the radical left-wing views that I have. It's exactly what I believe in. And no one is going to change my mind. And I will take it with me to my grave. And no one is going to stop me from doing it. Joe Biden and the Ministry of Truth, these corrupt neocon assholes, neoliberal assholes, pro-Ukrainian assholes, pro-Zionist assholes, none of you will ever change you will never do it. Even if the FBI came and dragged me out of this fucking apartment right now in fucking handcuffs, I will still never shut up. Because nobody will ever tell me how to think. Because I only believe in unity, respect, and freedom of speech and thought. That's what I believe in. Even people that I love, people I hate. You either believe in free speech or you don't believe in it at all. You can like someone, but you can vehemently disagree with them. Just like what the great governor of New Hampshire, Chris Sununu, did recently. Chris Sununu decided that it would be a great idea to sign anti-BDS laws defending Israel in New Hampshire. Chris Sununu, I love you, but this has got to be the dumbest thing that you have ever done. This is your dumbest move, buddy. This is your dumbest move. You're a great governor. New Hampshire is a great state, but this is the dumbest move that you have ever made. Just saying. But even then, I still think you're a good guy. That doesn't mean I'm going to write him off completely, but I will continue to keep an eye out. Chris Sununu, I still like him. I still like how he fights against Biden and fights against the two-party system because he's calling out Trump, he's calling out Biden, and I support him for that. And how my governor, Maura Healey, continues to do, we shall see. But how everyone else is doing, hope you're all doing well. And I will continue to keep on fighting. Well, that's about it for now. This is going to be the last video and the last stream for a little bit because I am on vacation as of tomorrow, and I am going to be taking a break from streaming. I'm going to be taking a break from doing videos, and just because I have other things going on. So I will be back on July 21st. Yes, I will be back on July 21st. Sorry, I thought I X'd out the screen for a second. Thank God I didn't. So I will be back July 21st on Friday to check in with you guys and to tell you how everything's going and what's been going on. And then after July 21st, I will be back to work Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tuesday and Wednesday off. I will be streaming Tuesday because I have Tuesday off. And I will be streaming Thursday because I have Thursday, a short day, 12 to 4. And I will stream then. Until then, this is Zach the Celtics Guy saying thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this long video. I figured I'd make it a little bit longer so I can cover a whole bunch of different things all together and talk about my evolution and, my evolution slash revolution and my left wing journey to where I am today and how I will remain for the rest of my days, because this is exactly what I believe in. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you after my vacation. Until next time, keep fighting and keep on rocking. Till next time, peace out. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all on Friday, July 21st. And then after that, I'll be back to regular streaming and regular videos. Keep fighting, keep up the good fight, and keep on rocking. Till next time, peace out, good night, and so long.